Hey everybody, I want to talk to you for a minute about training philosophy that has really helped me, and it is the path of least resistance and making the right thing easy and the hard thing difficult in anything you do, especially with training horses and just in general with your life. It just applies to every aspect. So what does that really mean for us and for you and your horses? So in order to make the right thing easy, the hard thing hard and difficult, it applies with the path of least resistance. So if you think of a way that you can get somewhere, there can be the path of least resistance that doesn't have the obstacles. It's an easier path, meaning it's going to be less work to get the same result. And we can structure our days and we can structure our training sessions to make it the path of least resistance. As far as training horses go, think of how can I, your end goal. I always like to work backwards. So look at what you want to accomplish either with that day or just the big picture with that horse. Think of what you want to accomplish. What do I have to do to work backwards to get there? So starting today, think of, okay, I need to get my horse to learn this. Making a perfect circle, for instance. If your horse is all wishy-washy, we lightly correct them as we go. So we want to get perfect circles. I love Ron Rouse. He has great articles about perfect circles, and I think they're so important for our barrel horses especially. So a perfect circle, we want them to stay within that circle on their own. When they fall out of it, we gently guide them back. So we're going to put resistance on them, a little discomfort, so they won't lean into the discomfort. They're going to kind of like come back to it and they're going to be like, okay, I didn't like that. So if they're falling into the circle, the path of least resistance is for them to stay within that circle, because when they're out of it, they're going to feel resistance. They're going to feel your leg on them, your rein on them to put them back. And once they're back, we can let them go. So they're going to eventually learn the path of least resistance for them. The most comfortable path is the one that we want it to be, which is in this case, a perfect circle. I hope that makes a lot of sense for you. It applies with our lives as well. So just us as people, we have our own goals, we have horses, we have riding goals, but just for ourselves, like the example I always think is, I've heard, okay, you want to start taking your health more seriously, or you want to start reading more. How can you set up your day and structure yourself to do that goal for yourself? So how can you set up your day to actually accomplish that goal? How can you make it as easy as possible for you to do that goal? Make it less work. So going to the gym, for instance, you want to start running, have your equipment and your gear available for you. Make enough time in your morning to give yourself 15-20 minutes of some sort of movement that you know is going to help. And just start small, but really set up for success. Work backwards. What does that look like? For me, if I want to run, I need to wake up at a certain time. I need to plan my morning in a way the night before, so I make sure I have the plan, because I don't have the willpower, but if I have the plan in place, I know exactly what my morning is going to look like. So when I go to sleep, I know exactly what I'm going to do when I wake up, etc. I also make sure that my gear is there. I have my gym bag ready to go. I have my clothes, everything's set, and it just makes it a lot easier. So plan for least resistance and plan for success.